It's on. Cool. All right. Sketchbook 10. If you can't see because I move it, like, let me know. Because sometimes I'm not paying attention. Okay. Part 2. You can do it on a new page. It's fine. I just don't want to make them separate because they're really the same topic. Do you want a little desk to put on your lap? You sure? Okay. So we're going to be going over foreground, middle ground, background.
You can write this down.
That way when you know what when you're flipping through your sketchbook, you know what we're talking about. Okay. Make sure you're writing this stuff down. You do get points for it. All right, you need a ruler, sketchbook, pencil, and eraser.
Draw a line.
Yep. If you want to stay neat, I'm trying to stay neat so I can use this for the years to come. So with foreground, middle ground, and background, we're going to be creating a sense of depth. The way that we're going to do that is having a horizon line, atmospheric perspective, muted colors, a focal point, and varying values. Okay? If you don't know what any of those mean, let's write them down. Horizon line. What's a horizon line? What direction does it go?
Right.
Yeah? So it's where the sky meets the ground or the sky meets the water. So if you're looking out across the ocean, that imaginary line. So imaginary. All right, A. I am not the best speller. Imaginary line, where the ground meets the sky. On Canvas, I'll have a longer version, but we're just doing.
Sounds just like my name.
We're doing the short and sweet version. All right, next is atmospheric. My cheat sheet. These are words you're gonna need to know. So the way you create atmospheric perspective. First, we need to know what's the atmosphere.
Up there.
Everything up there, right? So everything in the air, right? So as you look farther away, things tend to look what? Smaller, kind of hazy. If you're in the city, there's smog, right? So whatever is happening in the atmosphere, that's the perspective you'll be trying to create. So we're going to put creating depth. By making objects lighter, grayer, and less detailed. I need a lamp. Where's my lamp? Let me grab my lamp. Plus, if we ever did have a quiz, you can. It's always open book. So if it's in your sketchbook.
Oh.
Does that help? A little bit? There we go. Okay, hue. Who knows what hue means?
Hue.
Like a shade? You can make a shade out of a hue. Color. Hues just means color. That's all it means. It's a fancy word for color. So if it looks kind of red, you'd be like, it's a red hue, right? So maroon is like a red hue, right?
Yeah.
Or a red shade. Or we can put pure color. So this is a color you can find on the color wheel. Next one is muted. Anyone know what muted means?
It's like you're muting yourself on the computer.
You can mute yourself. What else can you mute? You can mute colors. How might you mute down a color? What can you add to it?
Dark color.
A lighter color? Like what?
Dark. Yeah.
So what color, for instance? If I want to mute red, what would I add to it? White. Yeah. So we could do that. We could also add gray to it. Right? So let's put low saturation. Saturation just means small amounts of the color. So you could so if you don't know that word, put small amounts of color plus gray, white, or black. A creepy little bottle.
It's peppermint syrup.
Looks like something else.
Bless you.
Looks like a little pocket shot.
No, that would be nice this morning. No.
You'd really pass out.
Add a little to the coffee.
All right, we'll get through this and then we can start drawing together. Focal point. What's a focal point? If I'm making a drawing, what would my focal point be, for example? Focal point. So where do you want someone to focus? Okay. So it's a specific area. You want the viewer to see first. So if I'm doing a drawing of like a house, but there's something going on at the house, I want to make sure my focal point would be whatever the action is in the drawing. If I make the background too intense, it's going to distract from what I want the actual focal point to be. Okay. Value we should know by now. Lightness or darkness of a color or hue. We'll just put that so we remember. Just a couple more. They're easy. Too warm. Too warm. Let me make sure the heater's not on. No.
What would you rather? The outside or the inside?
Make sure it doesn't come on. Contrast is the difference between light and dark. So you want a lot of contrast in your works of art, or else it looks really flat and boring. Why? Because it creates focus and it adds some drama or interest. Hello? You're good. You're good. Sketchbook, ruler, pencil, eraser. And then I told everyone to keep phones away during my demo, and then y'all can have it during your time. All right.
I did.
All right, tint is color plus what? To make a tint of a color, what do we add to it? White. A shade, we add what? Black.
Shade.
Last one. Is leading lines. It's a tool you can use when you're drawing to guide the viewer's eye. So that could be a river, a road, and why would we do that? Creates depth. And it shows the viewer the focal point. That's the last one.
Wait. Hang on.
Okay, we're good. What did I do with my other paper? Alright, I need my picture. Alright, let's create a little creation at the bottom.
Another page. Can I do it on another page? Just hang
We're good. That was just my preliminary. So if you have room at the bottom, if you have room at the bottom, if not, just use a small section of another page. You can do it on the back. And we're going to divide this. Bless you. And then I'm going to divide this one into 3. Shh. It's my time. This will be foreground. So we're just going to take some notes about each. Yep.
I don't have enough room to do it on the back.
Yep. Make sure you have a ruler because you're going to really need it in the next step. Rulers are in the back, labeled rulers. Do you not send? I'll just use it on here. So the foreground in a drawing is going to be everything that is closest or in front. So if that's a little drawing, it would be everything in the bottom half. Everything closest to you in your paper. So if I'm looking at my paper, my foreground would be here, background towards the back. Middle ground is everything in between. Foreground and background. Background will be farthest, or the back of the page, or higher up. Foreground when you're drawing is going to be everything that's large objects, medium objects, and smallest.
Look at how narrow this is. Look at how wide this is.
You want me to just keep going? Yeah?
Hang on.
So we're going to have the most detail. Shh. Please pay attention. This will have less detail. Hey, please, Corbin, face the board. Please. I didn't ask what you were doing. And this will be little to no detail. Foreground will be vibrant / contrasting. colors. Middle ground will be slightly muted. And background will be the most muted colors. If you want, you can put a little note that this means atmospheric. Perspective. And all of this is on canvas as well. I may not put this part yet, but I'll take a picture and put it on there. All of our drawings in the foreground are going to be intimate or draws the viewer in. Yeah, and it's all on canvas, and I can always give you a printout.
Thank you. When they're done, can I screenshot your notes?
Yeah. So all your drawings in the middle ground are going to have a common focal point for balance. So you don't want to draw everything on one side of your painting or drawing, or it's going to feel like heavy on that side. Background, what you draw here creates the setting. So if it's a desert, that's how we'll know it's a desert, by your background. Or you could put location. Is it a foreign, place? Is it out of this world? Right. This will have blues, grays, and it'll be hazy. The point of the background is to create distance and a sense of things being expansive. So wide, right? Expands across your page. And make sure you have a ruler for the next part, please. I'm going to be using all these terminology a lot, so make sure you write it down. My Southern came out. Damn. Can you tell I learned how to talk in North Carolina? It used to be. It's a little funky now. There's a lot of ghettos.
Because I went there for a wedding.
Oh, did you? Was it? I haven't been back in so long. During COVID, trying to get my birth certificate, though, from there, it took 6 months. Because everything shut down, so everything was backlogged. All right. Anything you missed will be on canvas. Okay. There we go. Okay. So in this little section, we're going to talk about the rule of thirds. Has anyone ever taken photography?
Yeah.
Did you learn about the rule of thirds? Okay. Cool. What's the rule of thirds?
Each third takes a foreground middle.
Uh-huh. So rule of thirds. So
Square focal points.
4 focal points. So this is how we find our focal points in our paintings to tell the viewer where we want them to look. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna divide it into 3 sections, just like we did here. But this is where we're gonna do a little fake drawing. So we're gonna divide it into 3. Do these lines kind of light so we can tell the difference between them and our drawing. If they're not perfect, it's fine. And then I'm gonna turn it because it's easy for me, and I'm gonna do it the same thing. If you wanna split it first like that, sometimes it's easier. I make little marks and then I line it up.
Mine's not there.
Just make sure they're not drastically curving in like this, right? So you should have 9 squares. Rule of thirds. We broke it into 3 here, and we broke it into 3 here. All right, so our focal points are going to be at the intersections. So they call these intersections or focal points. For me, focal point makes more sense. Yeah. So if you're taking a picture on your phone and you have this set up, it shows a grid. It helps you line up your focal point. So we'll put 4 focal points so you know each one. We don't have to label every single one. You can get 1, 2, 3, 4. So the most important things that should be in your focal points is what you want the viewer to look at or to draw their eye. So first, when we first start drawing, we draw our grid, so we know where to put our focal points. Next, we draw our horizon line. If you draw your horizon line up, higher near this line, that means your focus is going to be on the lower half, or your foreground. If you want more of a sky to show, you would put your horizon line down here. Okay? So I want more of my foreground to show, so I'm going to draw my horizon line. I'm just drawing little rolling hills, right? Horizon lines aren't exactly straight across unless you're actually looking at the ocean. Right? So horizon. All my mess ups. A bajillion of them. Okay, yeah, I'll send them. Thank you. All right, and we talked about leading lines. So they create depth. They show the viewer where you want them to be looking. So if you wanted to do a river or a road, you would have it go from your focal points or through your focal points. So for instance, if I had a road disappearing behind here, you would want it to at least go through some of your focal points. And it would get bigger as it gets closer.
I know this is fine.
So everything in the back small. Come down, it gets bigger. If you want to get real crazy, you can have it go through all your focal points. So it shows the viewer, we're going to start here, then we're going to look here, and here. So we'll call this our leading lines. You can imagine it as a river or whatever you want.
And she was like, oh, she doesn't love you basically? And I was like, yes, she hates me. She doesn't want me Pringles, chips, she didn't finish, she pushes me every day.
So an example of something to put in our focal point could be if we're putting mountains in the background, this is where I would put my really big, significant mountains. Doesn't have to be exactly on that dot, just in this vicinity. What else could I put here? Something that's really far away. We could put a little tree. Should it have a lot of detail? No, we shouldn't see any leaves. We shouldn't see any bark. It should just kind of look like a gray blob, the shape of a tree. Doesn't mean I can't have other trees, but maybe they won't be as tall. Or maybe I'll just put some grass along my horizon line, right? Here maybe there's a big rock in the road. Here's its little shadow. Again, drawing the viewer's eye. See how things got a little bigger as it came forward? And for foreground, it needs to be everything that's closest to you. So if you're standing in front of something, this is where you would draw it. So we're going to draw a big old tree that's going to take up majority of the front. I'm going to leave my notes, but I'm going to erase the lines that go through my tree. So I want my biggest branches to go through the focal point. Maybe there's a hole in this one. You get the idea? Yeah. So you could have a bunch of leaves, right? Maybe there's a bird perched on this one, all right? Just make sure you, wherever you want the viewer to see the most, you put near those focal points. If it's just a backward, back setting that's not that important, doesn't really tell the exact story you want to tell, you can just move it off of the focal points. So I didn't want my tree to be my main focus point, but I wanted my little bird. Right. Good? I have a doctor's appointment today. Boo.
Do you have Kaiser?
In San Mateo. But that's where I live. I live in Belmont, right next to it. All right, we good with this one? Can we move on? Okay. All right, you're gonna pick a new page. It can just be the back. That's fine. I'm using a smaller page just so you guys can actually see it.
Please.
Of course. Will it let me do it this way? So I'm doing it long ways. You can do it whatever way you want. Actually, let me fold it to make it a tiny bit smaller so you guys can actually see it. Still can barely see it. There we go. All right. So what's the first thing we need to do when we're drawing a picture? So you guys are going to draw a picture, a legit picture. So we need to divide our page into what? Thirds. Try and do it long ways so we can all have the same room and focal points. Long way. Will it rip? It's too strong. I thought I made it small enough. I didn't. Okay. Mine's a little funky, but whatever. So you don't have to write your focal points, but you know where they are, right? I got some ideas. So I'm going to lay out where you're going to put things, and then you'll draw them afterwards in detail. I'm just going to tell you some placements. All right, so you're going to have a road. So don't draw what I'm drawing right now. This is going to be your little notes page, and then you're going to draw it in later. I want a road that goes from this point down to here. So this is going to be your road. I want a house here. So your road can go wider, that's fine. It's just going to curve from here, hit this focal point, and come to the foreground. Your horizon line is going to be a little bit in the middle, just a little. Actually, let's move it down a little bit because I want more of the sky to show. Let's do something different. So let's put your horizon line down here. If you put it in the middle, it just makes it too even and not as interesting. So if your house is up here, what does that mean? Is it floating in the sky? No, maybe it's on a hill of some sort. Okay, so there's a little hill that your house is on top of. So maybe your road wraps around to the back, and that's how they drive up the hill. So if your house is here, maybe the road comes around the hill, goes around. I want some kind of like cliffs or mountains over here. I'm just giving you the vicinity. Yours is gonna look however you want it to look. There's gonna be even more mountains back here. And then I want clouds and whatever else you want in the sky. So everyone's is gonna look a little different. I don't want your road to hit these focal points. I want it to hit these two. Okay. So it needs to be neat. It needs to be organized, well thought out. I want some detail. You can do cross hatching, you can do shading. It doesn't have to take you, 3 hours, but don't do this. Like here's your house. No. If you don't know how to draw a house, look up a picture of a little house, right? If you're drawing a house, make sure there's sides to the house, right? Maybe there's a little porch in the back. All right, give me some details. Make sure it looks accurate. If you don't know how to draw it, you're gonna Google it, okay? So, no, yes. Okay. All right. We good? All right, you get to draw me a picture. So make sure your lines are super light so I can see them, and then everything else you draw in will just be darker. So don't erase your rule of thirds lines. Please. Any questions? If you want, you can look up examples of landscapes. That's what I did to guide you. All right, you can listen to music. Please don't be texting. If you need to turn stuff in, just do it at the end of class. Anyone want to take this to the office for me? You can borrow my umbrella. Okay. Okay. My umbrella's in the little tub by the door. Thank you. Attendance. Attendance office. All the way over there. Okay. Just take my umbrella. And I'm like, I have no time to get over there today. I was like, I just don't have time to go all the way over there. Huh? No. That'll be your pass. I mean, if you want to, but. If you need help, let me know.